fan of the Hodaki Big Show podcast? Make sure you check out more from Jay, Smoke and Keezy on their Instagram at Hodaki Big Show, or tune in to them 4 to 7 every weekday on Radio Hodaki. Thanks, mate.
Cheers,
Thanks, mate. You all right, Mogi?
Yeah, man, I'm good as gold.
Good stuff, mate.
She was all go yesterday, boys.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? Fuck, going to work. And but I feel it's funny because there's obviously some stuff I had to take care of, but I feel like I'm massively hungover today. I don't know how that is.
Right.
I feel like I was drinking all day yesterday,
Right.
and then I called in sick, and now I feel hungover. Like, what do you think that is?
Sure.
Yeah. Just joking.
We thought that maybe you were taking time off to write your comedy set.
Yeah, I heard some of the show.
Yeah, and because you're saying you're going to wing it.
But then he realised that he can't wing it.
We thought maybe you had a panic attack about that, and then
I tell you what, I've done it once before. I don't even like calling it stand up, but I feel like a wanker. But I was massively nervous about it. Really nervous because it was a very important thing to me because I love stand up comedy and I've always been quite scared of it. But I was so nervous about it, and that is just it drains any kind of enjoyment.
Totally, man.
So this time I've just said I'm saying I'm not going to worry about it.
Yeah.
Your first one, when you were really nervous, once you'd done it, were you like, I don't know why I was so nervous?
Oh, I knew I was nervous. I wasn't confused by that. If something matters to you and you have to get up in front of people and you're saying to them, hey, look at me, I'm funny.
Yeah.
That's why you're nervous.
After that, because of how it went, does that now help that you're not as nervous?
Oh, yeah. No, I would say so. But then I had prepared something for that. But I'm also like, I do feel safe in the hands of the Big Show crowd.
Yeah, totally, man.
But because,
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
can just backbone my way through it if I have to.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you please just ask people what they do for a crust the whole time?
But seriously, I mean, we could stand on stage and just go, "How you going, fellas?" and that would be it. You all right, fellas?
Well, the other thing is that you actually do have a duty to play to your crowd.
Well, that's right.
So that is the crowd.
Yes.
I don't know how it's going to look on Instagram when it comes out.
Look, I'm the same, Mogi, in the sense that I haven't done it in a very long time.
How long are we talking? 10 years?
Longer than that, actually.
Yeah, what was the last?
Did you do something with?
I really couldn't tell you when the last time I did stand-up
Like
was.
2002 or something like that?
I wouldn't have a clue, Keezy.
Wow.
It's been a long, long time. But what I do know is that 5 minutes...
You remember why you stopped?
I don't even really remember why I stopped, to be honest. I think I just had other shit going on and that became my focus.
Yeah.
And for me, stand-up was like I kind of enjoyed it.
Right.
But I wasn't passionate about it. Like
Right.
Brendan, my mate, he's passionate about stand-up comedy. I was more into my acting.
Yeah.
And so I think there was that. But yeah, and even then, like doing it solo stand-up, I didn't do a lot of it.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
So you probably did it only for about 10 years?
Oh, no, not solo. Shit, no.
Like
No,
2 years.
but as you did comedy.
Oh, right, yes. Yeah.
About that?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my sort of attitude, but there's also this part of me which is, even if I die on my ass, I would find that very amusing.
Yeah.
And
That's
so
such a weird
actually-
attitude about that.
But there's something deeply comic about dying. Not at the time, not while you're doing it, but afterwards. But the other thing is, if you die tonight for us, it's not like we do a really shit set and go, all right, we'll just flush that down the dunny. We'll be talking about it for 3 fucking years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It will
That's
get
it.
rehashed
Yeah,
and
that'll be
rehashed
the other jeopardy.
and rehashed.
But I've already said to Pugsan, there's certain stuff that you can't put on. I don't want it on socials.
Oh, well,
Right.
we'll get into some of that stuff in the show.
Yeah,
Because I've had a
sure.
look through it. Yeah, because you guys don't bring up the fact that I went double time last time and did puns the whole time.
yeah,
That's never mentioned.
that's right.
So, oh, God, that's going to be...
The
Jason-
worst thing about it, and this is the thing, it was always for me, and it's like if I'm doing MC shit, it's the beforehand
Yeah.
that I hate. And I'm like you. I've sort of taken the attitude now of things of like, oh well, fuck it, I'll deal with it on the night, and it'll either be good or it'll be shit and whatever.
But
Yeah,
do
because
you
I feel like if I was working on it and I was like, oh, and then I've got to remember this and I've got to remember that, then that
you'd
would
get
have me
more
worrying
stressed.
because
Yes.
I'd be like, oh fuck, if I forget that and I'm just standing there with
See,
my dick
hang
in my
on,
hand, that
that's-
would be funny. But
With your dick, have you
Yeah, yeah.
have you seen my set? That's the opposite for me though, because I know, like for example, I know that I can go and have a few beers and be sweet because I have practiced it and I know
Right.
exactly how to do it now.
yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that'll be sweet because I know how to do it.
But have you just practiced it in the shower again, or have you said it out loud?
Said it out loud and timed it.
Well done.
5 minutes, 13 seconds.
I have, and this is the honest
You're not
truth.
taking into account, Keezy, you're going to have to pause for all the booing.
Yeah, exactly, and all the heckling that you're going to get as well.
I am. If that happens, I'll just do some shit crowd work.
Seriously, my set, I've got it in my head in very, very broad strokes.
Right.
Very broad, and like
Didn't you time it?
yes, but then I cut, but even then I haven't run through it very much in my head, and so I'm just going, oh fuck it, it'll be fine. Whatever comes out, comes out.
You know your attitude to like, if it bombs, there's something deeply funny about that, right?
Yes,
Do you like the joke in Family Guy where he falls over and holds his knee for way too long?
yeah, very much.
See, I find that fucking annoying. that is your idea of what's funny, is just something that goes way too long, and he
Yes.
just. Whereas I like the actual jokes.
Yeah,
No,
you see,
but there's a thing with that joke there that that Cohen Holloway does as well, which is he's very funny most of the time, but he'll say shit when you're hanging out, and it's not funny
Yeah.
at all. And most people, and he's trying to be funny,
Yeah.
and most people, you're just hanging around on set or whatever, and most people just go, oh well, can't win them all. He will say it 90 more times.
Exactly.
And at some point, it does become fucking funny.
Right.
Yes.
So
Never
there
give
is
up.
something about it, but with that joke, it's like they're holding the knee, and then it's like a tide, it's sort of, or a wave. It's funny, and then it's not funny at all.
yes.
But then it goes back up again. And
That's
becomes
exactly
funny.
right. It's
Yeah.
all the timing out of it
Yeah.
is that
But
makes it funny.
that's
because
like-
it goes way too long.
That's like back in the day when I was in high school, Napoleon Dynamite came out,
Yeah.
and everyone was like, you have to watch Napoleon Dynamite. It is so funny. And I watched it, and there were bits that made me go,
Right.
and so that, and like the overall idea was funny, but then I watched Anchorman, and the whole thing was fucking funny.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you rather that second version rather than the one that's deeply funny afterwards?
I was crying laughing in Napoleon Dynamite.
Right.
Like, Tina, eat the ham. You
Yeah, no-
cannot tell me that throwing fucking macaroni cheese at a llama is not fucking...
Well, it was lasagna. And that was funny, but then there was just so many bits that weren't.
Oh, I thought, I love that movie.
But I guess...
But it's just different, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's yeah, and there's heaps of shit in Anchorman that to me is not funny either. And I think the second one goes for like 2.5 hours or something.
Yeah, not really talking about the second one. Although that one did have the bloopers of that.
There's some fucking gold in it.
The
Yes.
bloopers.
That was amazing that it was as good as it was.
Have you seen the
Is it-
bloopers of Anchorman 2?
Is that the one of the bloopers where he holds out his leg?
And he's talking
Yeah.
about
And he goes
pleasuring himself to Mrs. Buttersworth, the pancake syrup.
And he went off like Mount Vesuvius.
He's like, now I knew how the villages of
It's like,
Pompeii.
feel my knee.
Does it feel
Tell
like
me
a-
that doesn't feel like a cock.
cock?
And then what? Just after they grab his knee.
Yeah.
and Paul right in there, just sitting there trying not to crack
Just
up.
hopeless.
Fuck, it's funny.
It is really good. But what I love about it too,
A river of frothy ejaculate.
he says that line and then and they lose it and he goes, actually, I could probably enhance that a little bit more.
Yeah,
and
right.
he puts the frothy part in it. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck off.
Frothy ejaculate.
Oh, too
So
good.
gross. But
Too
yeah,
good,
it's going to be good,
fellas.
fellas. Can't wait.
It is.
That'll be all right.
Well, we'll figure out the order.
I'll tell you
It's
what
gonna
I'm
be
not.
very
I'll tell you what
late,
I'm
Mogi.
not happy about. I would prefer it that we go in there and we just open the show and we can leave.
Yes.
I'd rather go home at 8:45.
Really?
Oh fuck yeah!
You don't want to watch all the other talented comedians?
No, I don't. And
Are
also,
you going to go after you've done your gig?
I'll see because I'm there with Zav. We've got a babysitter. So.
Sure, yeah.
You could do the whole thanks, guys, thank you, see it, and then just walk out the door.
Straight out the fucking door. Yeah,
that's my
but
plan.
and you're there, and when you're there, you're not watching the first half of the show.
No.
You're waiting for it to be over.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we're straight up after the break in the middle, which
Yes.
is the money spot, apparently.
Is
Oh,
it?
that's the
Well,
money spot, is it?
Well,
It's the G
actually,
spot.
that is the good spot, yes.
Yeah.
Because, sometimes an audience takes a little while to warm up,
Yeah.
and then usually by the end of the first half, they're ready to go.
Well, the trouble is, I'll be trying to get old keys. I'll be trying to fucking
What?
get going, the crowd going again after Keezy's eating shit.
If I went up on stage...
Oh, I'm going first.
No, hold on. We'll do this on air, right? We'll figure this part out on air.
Yeah. But no, you'll be great again, as you always have been, Keezy.
Oh, thanks, Dad.
Yeah, you'll go
Mike.
great guns, Keezy.
Thanks, fellas. You guys will love
We'll
it.
be there.
You guys
will be there, mate.
Mogi and his crowd work. Jason, his bombing, which is deeply humorous, but not actually funny for anyone there. Hey, listen to the Hodaki Big Show 4 till 7 every weekday on Radio Hodaki. Thanks, mate.
I guarantee, Keezy, if I bomb, it will be fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Do you remember when I was doing mine? I didn't even do anything, and you were like crying with laughter.
Yes.
I didn't even do anything. That's going to be me with you.
You should bring the goatee back, by the way. You look better with a goatee.
Oh, yes, it was the goatee.
That's right. Fuck.
Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue and Keezy on Radio Hodaki. Or give their podcast a home on iHeartRadio.